Arsenal secured a convincing 3-0 victory over Fulham yesterday, delivering an energetic and composed performance from the outset. The Gunners appeared refreshed despite a demanding schedule, scoring all 3 goals in the first half and effectively putting the match beyond doubt early on. The result came just days after a challenging Champions League encounter against Atletico Madrid, where Arsenal were held to a 1-1 draw. The Spanish side proved difficult opponents, testing Arsenal both physically and mentally throughout the fixture in Madrid. Atletico Madrid are widely regarded as one of the most formidable teams in European competition, and their performance ensured Arsenal had to work hard for a positive result. The draw left the tie finely balanced ahead of the return leg at the Emirates. Despite the demands of that match, Arsenal quickly shifted focus back to domestic competition. Facing Fulham presented a potential challenge, particularly given the physical and mental toll of their midweek fixture. However, the Gunners rose to the occasion, producing a dominant display that allowed them to move 6 points clear at the top of the league table. Their ability to maintain intensity and quality under pressure highlighted their credentials as title contenders. Mikel Arteta expressed his satisfaction with the team's response, recognizing both the collective effort and individual contributions that led to the victory. As reported by Arsenal media, he said, "I'm really happy. I think it was a big performance, a very strong team performance, and a very impressive individual performance as well from the boys. We came back from Madrid on Thursday afternoon, also playing a game that took a lot from us, energy-wise, mentally, but the team responded incredibly well. With momentum firmly on their side, Arsenal will look to carry this form into their upcoming matches as they continue their pursuit of both domestic and European success." Fulham conceded 3 first-half goals at the Emirates Stadium as Arsenal moved 6 points clear at the summit. Victor Gyökeres netted a brace, while Bukayosaka also found the net for the Premier League leaders. Consequently, the Cottagers remain adrift in the mid-table battle following a disappointing London derby performance. Marco Silva expressed deep frustration with his team's lack of focus during the opening 45 minutes. "I don't like to go this way. We should have performed much better," Silva told Sky Sports. The Portuguese manager insisted that his side's current performance does not match their season objectives. "The goals we still have to achieve are not at the level we were," he admitted. He noted that the squad must analyze these failings internally rather than discussing them publicly. Silva highlighted a lack of basics as the primary reason for the first half collapse. He noted the basics were simply not there when Arsenal created their early chances. The manager revealed that he spoke firmly to his players at the interval. It was clear at half-time. "We wanted to do completely different things with winning duels," Silva stated. Although the visitors showed more fight after the restart, the manager deemed the improvements insufficient. "It was the minimum that we should have done," Silva remarked regarding the second-half display. However, he admitted the reaction came too late to impact the final result. Fulham struggled to contain a lively Arsenal attack that is currently chasing reigning champions Liverpool for the title. Silva also touched upon squad availability issues, but refused to use them as an excuse for the loss. "If you don't have all the squad ready, we have to go with the others, and we trust them," he explained. He remains concerned about the growing gap between Fulham and the teams above them in the table. "The gap will be bigger if not. That is not under our control," Silva noted. The defeat leaves Fulham searching for urgent answers ahead of their next Premier League fixture. "We have to be very disappointed with the performance," the manager concluded. Meanwhile, Arsenal focus on their upcoming Champions League clash with Atletico Madrid. The Gunners look incredibly strong as the title race enters its final stages. Arsenal pushed themselves 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League with a dominant victory over Fulham at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday evening. A Victor Gyökeres brace and a first goal in 8 appearances for Bukayosaka were enough to seal the win. Just like last weekend, the Gunners opened the scoring after 9 minutes. However, unlike that 1-0 win against Newcastle 7 days earlier, Mikel Arteta's side continued to push forward after netting first and put Fulham to the sword. It was Gyökeres who scored the opener this time around, prodding into the net from close range, but excellent work from Saka. The England forward twisted Raul Jimenez in knots on the right before firing in a low cross for his teammate to convert. That made him the first player to net 20 goals across all competitions in their first season for the club since Alexis Sanchez in 2014-15, 25 goals. The only other player to his 20 goals for Arsenal, their debut season at the club in the Premier League era, was Thierry Henry in 1999-00-26. The Gunners thought they'd doubled their advantage on the half-hour mark, but Riccardo Calafiori had stepped into an offside position when Leandro Trossard crossed into the box before the Italian headed into the net. They did make it 2-0 5 minutes from half-time, though, with Saka turning from provider to scorer and Gyökeres doing the opposite. A clever pass inside from the Swede was met by Saka, who ran into the box and smashed the ball into the back of the net past Bernd Leno. That goal was Saka's 150th goal involvement across all competitions, 80 goals, 70 assists.